Hi, everybody. So, when you have an ecosystem and you're working inside several different notebooks, there comes a time when you have to maintain those notebooks. You want them to stay functional, aligned, and aesthetically consistent without requiring daily perfection. So, depending on your time frame, you may want to do some micro dose maintenance of your ecosystem or an individual journal. And what I mean about micro dose maintenance is that you're going to fix certain things in the notebook, probably one or two things on an occasion. So let's reset, realign, and refresh one of our notebooks today. And I'll be working in the creative journal. So the first thing we're going to do is tidy the notebook without erasing the character of it. So we're going to basically re-glue lifting edges or any pages that become unattached. You want to reattach charms, dangles. If you have any type of bulky pages like this one, you want to fix it to make sure it's flattened a little bit. Maybe you want to trim or tuck loose threads or maybe even fray fabrics if you have in your notebooks. The goal basically is care, not perfection. You're trying to maintain it look a particular way. So in tidying the notebook, I have one of the pages coming apart. So I'm just going to reglue it back in. So that's done. So now the second thing you may want to do is finish any incomplete pages, any accents, anything that you feel that you didn't do to completion. Like right here, I did not finish the back of my hidden paperclip. So let me do that now. I did one side, but didn't do the other. So I'll be back with the completed side. So I finished the other side. This is a fussy cut flower on top of cardstock, and then I burnished the back so it could become dimensional. Put some little bling inside. This is the other side. Also, other things you could do is add a title to a particular page or a journal spread. Finish and unfinished collage if you have to. Add supplemental journaling. Or you could even close a spread using either a date, a symbol, or some type of element. So this is done. In doing this, it gives closure without pressure. The third thing is to refresh the aesthetic. After going through your book, you may see something that you may think doesn't look right, doesn't, it need a little something. And I'm here, I have this area where it's blank, it's ugly, it needs something. So if you have something like this, maybe you want to add one small embellishment, Maybe introduce one new texture, such as maybe some vellum, maybe a fabric piece, tracing paper, whatever, something like a quote or a sticker or something. So I'm going to use something like this. Maybe you could put on a label, or some icons, these sticker icons that I have. Or I could put on, some sticker flowers. Okay, I think I'm gonna put this on. Be right back. So I added a label and I cut around the sticker using this tool. It's a precision tool, so you could, and it has a swivel edge. But now I'm going to burnish the edges in. So it doesn't snag on anything. You have that. Okay. In refreshing the aesthetic, you get to keep the journal visually alive. And you don't have to do a lot. You just have to do one or two things. Now, the fourth thing is to create a soft landing page. This is basically where you make an inviting page for the next week, something that will make you want to open the book, the notebook again. Maybe you want to insert next week's prompt, an envelope with some elements in order to refresh the page. Maybe a collage base like these. Use also to refresh the page for next week. All of the soft landing page is want you to make sure you're able to open the book the next time. So for example, you may put in some digital prompts, what have you, that you just cut haphazardly just to make sure it could go into your book. See, my creative journal is finished, but if it wasn't finished, you would put in your next prompt maybe and have it here so you could see, oh, let me do this for the next week. Somewhere in your book that you could see it, that you know you need to do this for next week. Now, this final one is optional because it depends on what you're doing in your notebook. And it's an optional reflection. You want to write or decorate around a particular spread. So maybe something triggered an additional thought to a previous prompt. You basically want to add a reflection insert. For example, within my creative journaling, I have directed prompts. So say I did one of the prompts, either day one, day two, or what have you, and some other time a month, or a couple weeks or what have you, I get a thought about that particular directed prompt. So I probably would go back and add something, either with a post-it note, or I have space in it, I would write on it in order to add whatever came to mind. This optional reflection can make chunkify your book because you're adding something else to the book. It could add to the refreshing of your book, but the reflection, if you have optional reflections, put it in your book. As I always say about directed prompts, you can use it yearly because your situation changes and you may have a different insight the next time you use it. Well, this is done. I'll be doing the next two videos on the remaining two journals in my ecosystem. Hope you check it out. If you find anything interesting that you may want, it's available on my Ko-fi page. These prompts, there's a lot of freebies, there's a lot of stickers, collage bases, and stuff like that. So check it out, and I'll see you on the flip side.